thing! Be mad! Use! He disconnected! He disconnected! Hello, it's a duo. I love friends. Friends. Do it. Use! The way he's running circles. Hi. Hi, it's so nice to meet you. You're dead. Wow! Slammed into her so hard I shattered those branches. What? Are you sitting on his face? Disgusting! Great shields are amazing. This particular one might actually be the best strength weapon in the entire game. And yeah, I know, that sounds absolutely ridiculous. It's a shield. Why would a shield be so amazing? Well, buddy, with my combo, I can just straight up one-shot people that have over 2,000 health, which is insane. It's crazy how hard this thing can hit with the shield crash combo. Not only that, it was recently buffed with patch 1.04, so it actually comes out a little bit faster than it used to, which makes it easier to hit people. So let's go ahead and get started. So with the shield, it is worth mentioning you don't have a whole lot of moves. You mostly just have light attack. I wouldn't really recommend doing the heavy attack. You do have it, but it sucks. Don't do it. You have the running light attack. The nice thing about the running light attack, I don't think this applies to the running heavy attack, but the running light attack, other than the fact that it obviously comes out faster, you also do get blocking frames at the end of that run. So if someone hits you while you're doing that, you can hit them and trade favorably pretty much every time because you're going to block very, very well. This is one of the best shields in the entire game. But by far, the best thing you can hit people with is shield crash. That is the Ashavor we put on the shield. If you tap it, it just does a really quick charge. Sometimes I'll do that to people to fake them out, to make them think that it doesn't go very far, so they think they're safe. And then when I've got an opening, hold left trigger, and then you go all the way through. And if you hit someone with every frame of that attack, you will almost always one-shot them. And it is also worth mentioning that once that shield hits the ground right now, you have blocking frames for the entirety of that animation. Ideal way to use it is you want to hit it so that your shield hits the ground right when they hit you with some kind of melee attack. And then they're locked in place and they're going to eat that entire combo unless they have high poise, and it's going to absolutely obliterate their health pool. So why don't we go ahead and talk about the build itself? Yes, of course, this is the fingerprint shield, but this may surprise you. Yes, I'm going up to 80 strength for this. I know it says 44. I'll explain in a little bit. We use a cold infusion. Why? Look how much frost buildup you get. 153. You will usually afflict someone with frostbite within 2 or 3 hits. It happens so fast. And the madness buildup is still there. If you hit someone with the full combo, you will almost always, if not always, land at least 1 case of frostbite, which will do a nice amount of burst damage. If I'm not mistaken, it also makes them vulnerable to follow-up damage. If you afflict someone with madness, if you smack them with the shield, just enough light attacks, and remember, if they're rolling and you hit them with a shield, that's still inflicting status. If you land a madness on them, they're rooted in place, and you can hit them with another shield crash and basically just one-shot them, which is insane. It's crazy, actually, how much CC this build can have. It's surprising, and how much damage. People don't see it coming. Now, it is worth mentioning that, yeah, it's a shield. You can block with it. I honestly forget half the time that this is a shield, and I can block. Most of the time, I use it as a weapon because it is a very strong weapon if used properly. But yeah, definitely put the cold infusion. I've tried it with heavy and 80 strength. It will do less damage. You will do more damage if you take advantage of that insanely high frost buildup and put cold infusion. It won't be as much if you do bleed or something. Frost is where you will get the most. As for the armor, as you can see, I went for 113 poise. That's because when fighting outnumbered, I don't want to be easily interrupted when trying to do shield crash. 111, I believe, is one of the highest important poise thresholds for getting multi-hit by light weapons. And how do I achieve this? Veteran's helm, veteran's armor, veteran's gauntlets, and bullgoat greaves with the bullgoat's talisman. Now, wearing this heavy armor without using the Great Jar's arsenal and having this cold fingerprint stone shield on top of it means my endurance has to be really high. And as you can see, it is 54 over there, which is a little bit over the soft cap for stamina, but that's fine. It's not that much high over. 50 is the soft cap for stamina boost. I believe 60 is the soft cap for equipment load boost. We can still medium roll at this. That's the sweet spot of endurance we need for exactly this. Then, of course, Urge Tree Favor +2. That's just more HP, stamina, and equipment load. We have very high HP, stamina, and equipment load, so we get a lot of value out of that for all 3 aspects. And then these 2 are just for increasing the damage of shield crash. So obviously, Shard of Alexander boosts the damage of skills. That includes shield crash. And then this one, this is a very underused talisman because it's not usually very beneficial beneficial. But since the shield crash stun locks people, locks them in for the duration of the attack, you will benefit from this. It greatly raises attack power with successive attacks. Since you are landing successive attacks very, very quickly in rapid succession, you will get a lot of damage multipliers off of this to make that final hit, which is the hardest hit, do a lot of damage. So you're getting like the little hits that are stun locking, buffing up for that final hit that lands a really, really nice burst. You're also landing frostbite because you have the cold infusion. You have these other buffs. You've got your blocking frames and people hitting you from behind or on the side. It's a little bit difficult for them to interrupt you because you've got high poise. It just all synergizes really, really well together. So let's talk about the other stats. I was not able to hit 60 vigor for level 125. I hit 58 though, close enough, very close. As you can see, we have 1945 HP, so very nice health pool. Don't worry, it's close enough. You don't really need much mind. I'm at base of 10 as a vagabond. I mean, look how much mana this consumes, like almost nothing. You can cast it like what, I don't know, 6-7 times before you need a cerulean. Really, I just have it so that I have 4, so that I get 2 when invading. Honestly, it's very rare for me to need to pop a cerulean. You'd probably be fine with just 1 and using health flasks for the rest of them, but it's up to you. But how do we reach 80 strength? So our strength is 44. For the Flask of Wondrous Physic, we have a temporarily boost strength, the Strength Not Crystal tier, that boosts strength by 10, so we reach 54 strength. And since we're always two-handing, we get a 50% bonus. So 50% of 54 is 27. 27 plus 54 is 81. 81 is over the 80 soft cap, so we actually reach 80 strength while our Flask of Wondrous Physic buff is active. And the other buff is the Thorny Crack tier, temporarily boosts successive attack power. It's basically just like the Rotten Winged Sword insignia. We're going to get buffed up if we land a lot of hits in rapid succession, which is exactly what that shield charge does. So you combine all these aspects together, and I've hit over 2,000 damage on people, sometimes with the shield crash, which is insane. Now, do be aware, there are some weaknesses to this build. Ranged builds like magic, it can be a little bit hard to hit them because they're really squirmy. They're like running away the whole time, casting magic, so you don't get like the meleeers jumping into your face that you can charge into. If you fight a mage, what you need to do is pressure them. Of course, try not to get hit, like avoid the spells, but keep hitting them with running light attacks or jumping light attacks. And your goal basically is to proc madness on them, because remember, status still affects people even when they're rolling. It'll be a little bit tricky, but you need to keep like running into them, pressuring them until you land the madness. Then once they're afflicted with madness, they're rooted, get in place and charge into them, and you'll one-shot them. That's how you deal with mages and like heavily ranged people, like say dual crossbows or a bow or something. You don't see those two very often, but I've seen them occasionally in the dueling arena and stuff. So that's how you deal with that. And that is pretty much it. I hope you found this build helpful. It is amazing. It might honestly be the best PvP strength build. It's so underrated. Most people use the fingerprint shield poke behind it with the thruster sword. This is honestly better. And it feels more fun and balanced to play, but it's hilarious. Just absolutely like block, like say a dragon breath or even like Horalu's Earth Shaker. I could charge through with all the block phrases and just counterattack for massive damage. It's amazing. But anyways, if you found this video helpful, please leave a like and comment. It does help out a lot. Subscribe as well. Good luck in your invasions. Nice buffs, bro. Want to go again?